Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, where the dirt is raw, the adrenaline's high, and the bikes, well, they speak for themselves. Today, we're diving deep into a machine that needs no introduction for motocross lovers, but we're giving it one anyway. This is the 2026 Yamaha YZ125, and let me tell you right now, Yamaha didn't just polish up the old formula this year. They went back to the roots, sharpened the edges, and gave us something that feels more aggressive, more refined, and more ready than ever to tear up the track. Before we throw a leg over, let's take a minute to soak in what you're actually getting here. Visually, the 2026 YZ125 holds that iconic Yamaha silhouette, but everything just looks tighter. The front end grabs your attention immediately. The new front number plate is sharper, more aerodynamic, and the front fender is reshaped to cut through air and roost more efficiently. It's all about that lean, angular aesthetic. The headlight area is clean and compact and no clutter, just function and form in harmony. From the side, the YZ125 shows off its slim profile with aggressive styling that screams performance. The graphics package for 2026 continues Yamaha's legacy of bold blues and crisp whites, now with a hint of matte black detailing that really pops under sunlight or stadium lights. The radiator shrouds are redesigned, not just for aesthetics but for better airflow and rider ergonomics. Everything feels narrower, lighter, and tucked in to reduce drag while allowing the rider to shift body weight seamlessly in tight corners and whoops. And the seat, it's flatter and grippier, a welcome tweak for both new riders and experienced racers who know the importance of constant body positioning. Walk around to the rear and you'll see they didn't ignore the back end either. The subframe has been refined for better weight distribution, and the rear fender's got this subtle lip that adds to the aggressive stance. The tail section looks more lifted, which not only makes the bike look poised but also helps with mud clearance and cleaning after a hard ride. The rear LED indicator is gone now. This is strictly a track machine, and it makes no excuses about it. Now let's talk about the heart of this beast, the engine. If you know two strokes, you know the YZ125 has always held a special place in that category. For 2026, Yamaha kept the classic 125cc liquid-cooled two-stroke single-cylinder engine, but they didn't leave it untouched. Internally, there are some key refinements that make this version hit harder and cleaner than last year's model. There's a new cylinder port shape, revised exhaust valve timing, and updated combustion chamber design. Together, these changes have widened the power band just enough to make it more forgiving for newer riders, while still delivering that snappy, exhilarating mid-range punch that makes two-stroke lovers grin ear to ear. The new KIN PWK38S carburetor has been remapped to give better throttle response throughout the rev range. It feeds power smoothly and with more predictability, giving you tighter control especially when launching out of ruts or powering through corners. Yamaha also redesigned the intake and air boot, optimizing airflow and reducing response lag when snapping the throttle open. Paired with a lightweight 6-speed transmission that's butter smooth under pressure, the bike rewards finesse while still being forgiving to aggressive shifts. The new clutch material holds up better under abuse too, whether you're drag racing off the gate or feathering through tight turns. And because Yamaha knows that every ounce counts, the engineers shaved weight off the internal components without sacrificing durability. Handling is where the 2026 YZ125 truly starts to separate itself. Yamaha's hallmark kib suspension is back and better than ever, with a 48mm coil spring fork up front and a fully adjustable kib rear shock. Damping characteristics have been revised for this year to improve mid-stroke performance and increase stability over high-speed whoops. Whether you're airing it out over triples or slamming through braking bumps, this suspension gives you feedback and forgiveness in all the right places. The aluminum frame, still a hallmark of Yamaha's race bikes, has been slightly tweaked for more rigidity in the center and flex on the outer edges, which translates into sharper cornering and more predictable response when the terrain gets sketchy. And speaking of terrain, the Dunlop GeoMax MX33 tires come stock and hook up beautifully in most conditions. From hard-packed to loamy tracks, braking is handled by a 270mm front disc and a 245mm rear, a powerful, progressive, and more than capable of hauling you down from speed without drama. Ergonomically, Yamaha made strides this year to improve rider triangle. The handlebars are better positioned for both standing and seated riding, and the foot pegs are slightly more rear set, giving you a more aggressive forward lean. The new seat cover with its ribbed texture adds grip and confidence, especially when the going gets muddy. Riders of all sizes will feel more connected to the bike, and that confidence translates directly to faster lap times. On the performance side, this bike is a rocket. It's built to reward commitment. It teaches you throttle control, line selection, and precise clutch work, all the skills that two-strokes demand. But this version does a better job of helping you get there. It's not as peaky or finicky as older models. It hits hard, yes, but it's also smoother off the bottom than you might expect. The result: you can ride this bike hard for longer without fighting it. It becomes an extension of you, especially when you start flowing through rhythm sections and linking corners like clockwork. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 Yamaha YZ125 sits competitively at around $7,299. That's a bump from previous years, but it's justified. You're getting more than just a bike, you're getting a platform that can take you from beginner races all the way to expert-level competition with the right tuning and upgrades. And unlike four-strokes, the maintenance is still relatively affordable. Top-end builds are cheaper, and you're not dealing with complex valve trains or IFA diagnostics. It's the perfect blend of old-school simplicity and new-school refinement. Customization options are endless. Yamaha's accessory catalog is stacked with genuine parts, high-performance exhausts, upgraded levers, sprockets, graphics kits, and even jitter race parts for those who want to push even further. Whether you're a weekend warrior or a full-time racer, this bike is a canvas ready for your touch. So what's the bottom line? The 2026 Yamaha YZ125 isn't trying to be something it's not. It's unapologetically a two-stroke motocross bike, raw, exhilarating, and demanding in all the right ways. But Yamaha has done the work to make it smarter, faster, and more capable than ever before. It's a machine that honors its heritage while charging into the future with purpose. From the aggressive styling to the re-engineered power plant and improved handling, this is one of the sharpest 125s Yamaha has ever produced. If you're looking for a race-ready, lightweight bike that teaches you how to ride better while still putting a grin on your face every time you twist the throttle, the YZ125 deserves a serious look. And for those who already know the magic of a two-stroke, this one's going to feel like coming home, only faster. That wraps up our full review of the 2026 Yamaha YZ125 here on Global Bike Buzz. If you enjoyed this breakdown and want more deep dives into the world's hottest off-road machines, make sure you smash that like button, drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on the YZ125, and of course, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Until next